CBS.
You know, I mean, Dan can't look bad in anything.
No, in today's vernacular, not for nothing. You look like Flavor Flav, man.
Yeah, boy. Welcome back live, folks, to the NFL Today, where it's time now for Quick Hits. And the guys know that they only buzz in if they disagree. Michael Vick said this about his Falcons. The talent level is here. We should be ranked among the elite in this league this year, and we're not. Do you agree?
You know, Mike Vick, you like to use the term keeping it real. Well, I'm going to keep it real with you. Truth be told, you guys are not that talented. And talent alone doesn't win you football games. The team that plays the best together on that particular Sunday, that's the team. You make no one around you better. You're a better football player. You run the football. I mean, you got 1,000 yards. You're so proud of that because I heard the press conference. But that'll be like LaDainian Thomas says, I lead all running backs in touchdown passes. That's not what you're there for, to run the football. You're there to distribute the football and make that team better, and you have not done that.
Ooh, all right, Boomer.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. Jason Taylor of Miami and Champ Bailey of Denver both said Sean Merriman of the Chargers should not be eligible to be named Defensive Player of the Year following Merriman's suspension for using a performance-enhancing drug. Are they right? And who will be the Defensive Player of the Year?
Whatever happened to those unwritten rules about respect for other players? You never touch their money, you never touch the Pro Bowl voting, and now it sounds like Jason Taylor's campaigning for this particular award. I can't believe it. I didn't vote for Sean Merriman for Defensive Player of the Year. I didn't vote for Jason Taylor, and I didn't vote for Champ Bailey. I voted for Brian Urlacher because Brian Urlacher is in the center of that defense. He can change a game by just his own play, and I saw it against Arizona, so it's Brian Urlacher in my eyes.
Dan!
Why do you even have a vote? But anyway, Jason Taylor was not campaigning for that. He was asked a question and he answered the question.
Sounds
just
like
like
he's
Champ
campaigning
Bailey
for
did.
it, though.
It sounds like it is, but that's your view on it. And I think Jason Taylor is the Defensive Player of the Year. He had 2 touchdowns from interceptions, 13.5 sacks. He changed the game.
That team going to the playoffs?
You voted for Brian Urlacher, wrong. You voted for Jason Taylor. He wasn't campaigning. He was politicking. Champ Bailey is the Defensive Player of the Year with the amount of opportunity that he gets and come up with the amount of interceptions he has. No question about it.
How does he get a vote and we don't get a vote?
Damn, Gelman, that was Dan Marino getting salty. Dan, who is the Coach of the Year, Dan?
Listen, when I look at Mangini's had a great year, but I think it's Sean Payton and New Orleans Saints and the way he's handled this football team, the way he's handled Drew Brees. He got lucky in free agency to be able to get Drew Brees, Reggie Bush. Offensively, they're playing really well in the things they do, especially on the road. So I'm taking Sean Payton as the Coach of the Year, and Jason Taylor should be the Coach of the Year, too. He's the Defensive Player of the Year.
Hey, if Eric Mangini had the Jets in the NFC, he'd be a #1 seed with that weak conference, Dan. I mean, give the man credit. No one has done more with what he had.
Give him credit.
No, he didn't talk about Eric Mangini. Eric Mangini.
I did say that, didn't I?
But look at, what you call him? Chad Pennington can't throw the ball from me to you.
Shannon, which wide receiver is least likely to come back with this team? Randy Moss with Oakland or T.O. with Dallas?
I think this is a case of what we're going to play blackjack here, JB, where the dealer and the player have the exact same hand, and it's a push, because I think both of those guys will be gone. For whatever reason, Randy Moss just not look like the same player that he was when he was in Minnesota. And I know your quarterback's horrible, Randy, but just give me a little bit more effort. And T.O., I don't even know what to say about you, because whatever it is, you're going to complain no matter what. You get 1,000 balls, you complain, you want 1,500. If you get 20 touchdowns, you want 30. I don't know what to say about you.
Flavor Flav.
Coming up, we'll get you first on the field.
Your flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly, offering snacks for sale for $5. Also available, in-flight magazines for $3. If you'd like to rent a pillow or blanket, that'll be $2. You need to use the restroom, that fee's $4. If you need anything else, feel free to push that call button for a minimum fee of $1.
How far are they going to go? For 35 years, Southwest Airlines has offered low fares with no strings attached.
You are now free to move about the country.
Have you guys seen my easy button?
You can use mine.
Use your easy button to find my easy button?
Won't that, like, tear a hole in the universe?
What's the worst that could happen?
That's the worst that could happen.
Just hit it.
Okay.
See, there it is.
Where's Steve?
Want to get organized this year? Head to Staples and stock up on these office essentials for just 99 cents each. Staples, that was easy.
We spent over 30,000 engineering hours completely redesigning the new Sierra from the inside out. Introducing the more comfortable, more powerful, and the most fuel-efficient all-new 2007 GMC Sierra. We examined everything and overlooked nothing. That's professional grade.
Are you like me? I have high blood pressure and I have high cholesterol. Sometimes problems come in twos, but sometimes help can come in one. Catawit. Catawit contains the leading branded blood pressure medicine, Norvasc, and Lipitor, the leading branded cholesterol medicine, combined in one pill, Catawit. Catawit is one of many treatment options that I discussed with my doctor. Ask your doctor if Catawit is right for you. Along with diet and exercise, one pill doing two jobs for me. My doctor said Catawit is not for everyone. It's not for people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. To check for liver problems, you need simple blood tests. Tell your doctor about any heart problems and all other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. For blood pressure and cholesterol-lowering benefits, it's Catawit. One pill, two medicines. Makes sense to you? Makes sense to me. One pill, two medicines. Ask your doctor if Catawit is right for you.
It doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as you try your best.
Easter Bunny doing the bunny hop.
Are you for real?
You should see my abs. I left them in the car.
Spaceships. So you see this guy, he's just like running like crazy. He goes into his end zone type thing. I'm sorry.
Would somebody please help me out here?
Help us decide the best NFL Super Bowl commercial ever.
Seriously, folks.
Vote now at NFL.com/SuperRad.
The NFL Today is presented by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41.
And welcome back to the NFL Today and Visa. First on the field, the Jaguars take on the Chiefs this afternoon. So from our New York studios, let's head out to Arrowhead Stadium where Gus Johnson and Steve Tasker are standing by. Gentlemen.
All right, JB, Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. 80,000 in attendance on a cold and rainy day deep in the heart of the Midwest, where it's win and get help for the Jaguars and the Chiefs. Let's take a look at the AFC wildcard standings. Denver and the Jets right now holding on to the final two spots. Denver at home against San Francisco. The Jets are at home against the Oakland Raiders. Cincinnati, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Kansas City, as the Grateful Dead would say, need a miracle. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, and welcome to Kansas City, where this game means nothing and everything at the same time. 3 weeks ago, these two teams controlled their own destiny. Now they're fighting for their playoff lives. The winner will be alive for the moment, but still needs help, and we'll talk about all that in just a moment. In the meantime, I'm joined by my partner, Steve Tasker. And Steve, let's talk about the Jaguars. They've lost 2 straight football games. They play hard every time they go out onto the field, and the way they want to play is they want to run the football, and they have a terrific rookie leading the way.
They certainly do. Maurice Jones-Drew is a legitimate candidate for Rookie of the Year in the National Football League. He's been a great compliment to Fred Taylor. You see here he's got over 2,000 all-purpose yards. He's got 15 touchdowns, which is enormous in this league for a rookie, and also he's got 7 straight games with a rushing TD. The 1-2 punch that Maurice Jones-Drew and that guy Fred Taylor give the Jaguars is enormous. Fred Taylor back in the lineup this week after missing last week with a hamstring injury. This is a 1-2 punch Jaguars are going to lean on.
Jaguars have had problems with turnovers the last couple of weeks, and at the center of the problem is their starting quarterback, David Garrard.
The Titans game for the Jaguars was an anomaly. This team actually dominated that game, did the Jacksonville Jaguars, but a fumble and 2 interceptions. And of course, in the last week against the New England Patriots, a fumble. Those turnovers have cost the Jaguars direct wins. I mean, that's what happened in those games. Those turnovers have really cost the Jaguars a legitimate shot at being already in the playoffs.
All right, Chiefs have struggled the last month. They've lost 3 of their last 4 football games. However, the lone bright spot has been the play of their superstar running back, Larry Johnson.
He is a superstar. This guy is a shining star in the league. He's going to go for his own and try and break his own rushing record here at Kansas City. He's going to get over 1,700 yards this year. This guy is a workhorse. You see over 2,000 yards he has from scrimmage. He's also close with those 16 touchdowns. He's close to having the record for most carries in a season by a running back. Make no mistake, the Kansas City Chiefs lean on Larry Johnson, and they're going to do it again today.
All right, so with all that in mind, final game of the regular season. Let's lay it out for you and let you know what each team has to do to get into the playoffs.
Well, first of all, of course, each team wants to win today. If they do win, for the Kansas City Chiefs, they need Cincinnati and Tennessee and Denver to lose, and the Chiefs are in the playoffs. And of course, almost the same goes for the Jaguars. They need to win, but they need the Jets to lose, along with Cincinnati and Tennessee to lose, and they're in the playoffs. So both these teams need the win, but they also need a lot of help down the line across the schedule.
And that brings us to the Dell Direct game points.
Well, for the Jacksonville Jaguars, they have got to have a good finish to good play. They have had some phenomenal play from their roster throughout the season, but they've had bad breaks and bad finishes to good plays. For the Chiefs, they just want to hang on to the football. The Chiefs want to grind it out, give the football to Larry Johnson, and maintain possession. The Jacksonville Jaguars can't win if they don't have the ball.
For your Dell Direct game points, log on to CBSSportsline.com. So coming up from Arrowhead, in front of 80,000 on a cold day, do or die for the Chiefs and the Jags. We'll have the kickoff right after this on CBS.
It's a new year and a new look.
Stop staring at his mouth.
Looks like he ate a burger. Could you front me $50?
I'll give you 20 to face the other direction.
New King of Queens, CBS Wednesday.
Real celebrities become real cops, armed and famous. New reality series, January 10th.
NFL Sunday Ticket brought to you by IBM. What makes you special?
Get autographed NFL stuff and give back. Bid for a cause. NFLauction.nfl.com.
40 Super Bowl champions. 40 legendary tales. One groundbreaking series. America's Game. Get it on DVD now from NFLshop.com.
Once upon a time, there was this idea. One of those proverbial big ideas. An idea so big that it needed help making the leap between possibility and reality. This big idea, it's your idea. Now who's going to help you make it real?
The wheel goes round and round, we keep it moving, and it don't slow down. The wheel goes round and round, we keep it moving.
Round and round.
The wheel goes round and round, keep it moving.
Oh yeah.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. The wheel goes round and round, round and round, round and round, goes round and round.
The holiday is over, so return every lame present you got. Pick up the unrated DVD you must own. With hilarious stuff too outrageous for theaters. Jackass #2.
Now available on DVD. From all of us at the UFC. Have a great holiday and a happy new year. And be sure to watch the UFC on DirecTV, channel 123.
See all the wonderful toys at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event with a special lease offer on the R350 with standard 4MATIC 4-wheel drive. Now through January 2nd, there's never been a better time to get that Mercedes-Benz on your wish list.
Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. This is the National Football League on CBS, where today's game features the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Jaguars attempting to do something many teams have been unable to accomplish, and that's winning a game in Kansas City in December. Pack a lunch. We've got a long day of football ahead of us. Coming up, it's the Jags and the Chiefs on CBS.
Presenting Subway Fresh Buzz, a fresh look at teams creating a buzz this season. Subway, eat fresh. Hoping to stay alive for the playoffs, Green Bay has won 3 straight games, thanks to Vernon Morency, Donald Driver, and Brett Favre, who can still take a shot after 16 seasons.
Who hit me? Somebody hit me harder than that. I didn't hit you, dog. That was you hit me. I thought you hit harder than that.
I'll have a number 6 meal. Hey, can I change that to a number 9?
Sure. Tired of one-size-fits-all combo meals? Get a Subway fresh value meal for a great price. A delicious sub freshly made just the way you want it. With chips and drink, what a deal. Where freshness meets value, Subway, eat fresh.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
And that's the big question. Will they get into the playoffs here in Kansas City? Great day for football. 40 degrees, windy, cold, rainy. Jack Del Rio, the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. His team coming off a 24-21 loss last week at home to Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. And on the other sideline, Herm Edwards and the Chiefs defeating the Raiders on the road last week 20-9. However, they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. 6th meeting between these two teams. Jags lead the series 4-1. Their last meeting coming on October 17th of 2004. Jaguars winning it 22-16 in Jacksonville. Byron Leftwich throwing 2 touchdowns in that game. So the Jaguars won the toss, and they've elected to receive. Lawrence Times will kick it away. And back deep, Maurice Jones-Drew, the dangerous rookie tailback and return man out of UCLA. 3rd in the NFL, averaging close to 30 yards per return. And folks, we're in Kansas City. Capacity, 79,451. Loudest crowd in the NFL. Jaguars, Chiefs, and we're underway on CBS Sports. Here's Jones-Drew, and he'll bring it out of his own end zone. And he crosses the 25 up to the 27-yard line. 28-yard return. D. Brown with the tackle for Kansas City. That brings out David Garrard. As you take a look at his numbers, Garrard replacing Byron Leftwich, who had surgery for his ankle. He's been a starter since week 8, 17 of 35, 195 last week. A look at his line: Barnes, Manawai, Meester, Naoli, and Williams. Fred Taylor back in the lineup. He sat out last week against New England because of a hamstring injury. First down and 10 of the 28. David Garrard has started 100 drives this season, 22 touchdowns, 16 field goals. On first down, they run it. Not a lot of room. Derek Johnson meeting him first. And that's a loss of 1. Defensively for Kansas City, the Chiefs defense forced 5 turnovers. Sacked quarterback Andrew Walter 4 times last week. Tamba Hali, rookie out of Penn State, 7 sacks. Allen, the other end, with 7.5. The linebackers, Mitchell leads them in tackles. Bell, the former Steeler and Pro Bowler. Johnson, the other linebacker. In the secondary, Ty Law, 5-time Pro Bowler. Surtain, the other veteran on the corner. Knight and Wesley are the safeties. 2nd and 11 at the 27. They hand it off. Fred Taylor hopping with running room, and Fred Taylor gets to the 35-yard line, make it the 36 before being stopped Johnson brings him down, and that's a gain of 7.
Well, I guess there's no surprise. 2 straight handoffs to Fred Taylor. And this is a game that we said in the pregame. I mean, these two teams run the football. They're old-fashioned teams. Run the ball, play hard-nosed defense, and win field position battles with your special teams. When you get two teams like this, Gus, it really does come down to turnovers and who can take advantage of the mistakes their opponent makes.
So on 3rd down and 2, Maurice Jones-Drew, the single setback for Jacksonville, and they give it to the rookie. He breaks it back, and it's chopped down and taken down. Greg Wesley, the safety, coming up and making the tackle, a loss of 1, and Jacksonville comes up empty on their first drive.
Well, Fred Taylor, 2 straight runs, and then on 3rd down, they come back with Maurice Jones-Drew. I mean, Drew comes in, and this is a guy who runs very physical, and great play by the safety right there coming up. Wesley into the hole. You got to get the safeties involved when you know that team's going to hand it off. The more guys that get involved in the run game, the better for the defense.
Chris Hansen, left-footed punter, sends this one away. This one off the side of his foot. He gets it bounced. Dante Hall scoops it up and is tackled at the 25, a 41-yard punt. And a 2-yard return. Scott Starks with the tackle for Jacksonville. So for the Kansas City Chiefs, 20-9 winners against Oakland last week. Here comes their veteran. Trent Green is 7th game back from the concussion he suffered week 1 right here against Cincinnati. His numbers 12 of 24, 148 last week. And how about Will Shields and Brian Walters, the first time in NFL history that guard teammates have been voted to 3 consecutive Pro Bowls. Backs and receivers, Larry Johnson, he is a superstar. Another superstar is Tony Gonzalez, selected to his 8th consecutive Pro Bowl this year. First down, Johnson over the left side, and watch him go. Larry Johnson over the 35 up to the 37, gains 11. Defensively for the Jags last week against New England, the Jaguar defense allowed 359 total yards, their most allowed since week 4 versus the Redskins when they gave up 481. McCray has 9 sacks this year. The linebacker Smith leads him in tackles, Greasem and Ingram. And in the secondary, Rasheem Mathis, left corner, 7 picks this year. He's going to the Pro Bowl. He's out of Bethune-Cookman College in Daytona Beach, Florida. First down and 10 at the 37. Green underneath. Eddie Kennison with the grab. Mathis brings him down at the 45, but it's a gain of 8.
Man, that first down run by Larry Johnson sets up the fact Trent Green is going to have a lot of time because this Jacksonville team is really, really going to honor the run. They had everybody packed in around the line of scrimmage. Eddie Kennison going out. There's nobody to cover him. Everybody's packed in around the line of scrimmage in concern of Larry Johnson. Lots of room in the secondary to complete the pass for 8 yards.
Second down and 2 at the 46. Kennison in motion. Here's the fake reverse. They set up a screen backside. Larry Johnson looking for a lane. And Johnson crosses inside Jacksonville territory. Clint Ingram, the rookie out of Oklahoma, with the tackle after a 6-yard gain.
Oh, and it's a good thing Ingram saw this play, because if he doesn't make this tackle on Larry Johnson, this play's going for a long ways. You see there, he came up to in the hole for the run play, was a fake, and then stayed with Larry Johnson. If he doesn't make that tackle, Larry Johnson may still be running. Clint Ingram has played very well as a rookie in that linebacking core, coming in for the injured linebacking.
First down and 10 at the 48. Johnson looking, and Johnson bottled up, taken down. He may have gained 1.5 yards, 2 yards on the play. John Henderson, big defensive tackle, coming up with the hit. And Henderson and Stroud in the middle. They're 2 Pro Bowlers. Stroud is 6'6", 306. Henderson is 6'7", 325. It's hard to run inside against these guys.
I'll tell you what, I sat down with John Henderson yesterday. He may be the biggest human being I've been in the same room with.
Second down and 8. Trent Green with time over the middle. It's incomplete. Sammy Parker had a lot of running room in front of him, Steve.
He sure did. He can't afford. Trent Green's got to be shaking his head. This play breaks wide open.
He's still running if he catches it.
That is a touchdown. If he can outrun one guy who's got a bad angle already. You see there, that's Brian Williams coming across to try and make that play. He's behind him and has a bad angle. That was going to be a touchdown. That's 2 big plays that have just missed for the Chiefs already.
Third down and 8 at the 46. Trent Green down the field. Picked off. Rasheem Mathis, number 8 on the season. And just like that, the Jaguars force a turnover. First quarter. We already have our first turnover of the day. Rasheem Mathis, the Pro Bowler, steps in front and makes a play.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet specials, you can fly to over 60 destinations nationwide for just $49 to $159. Purchased by January 22nd.
You are now free to move about the country.
Intelligence of downhill assist control. The RAV4 from Toyota.
Fighting broke out overnight between rivals.
Find free videos from all across the web. Music, news, movie trailers, and full-length TV shows. All in one place. The new AOL. See what's here for you.
They're real celebrities.
LaToya is scaring the hell out of me.
There's 11 bullets that aren't even on the target.
Do it! Who become real cops.
You're my first pullover.
Put your hands on the back of your head.
It's just a ticket.
No, never mind, sir.
Armed and Famous, a new reality series. CBS Wednesday, January 10th.
8th interception of the season for Rasheem Mathis, and he's the first Jacksonville cornerback to be named to the Pro Bowl. And he's the only Jaguar to be selected as a starter in this year's Pro Bowl. David Garrard rolling out of the pocket, throwing on the run, and he dumps this one out of bounds. But Rasheem Mathis has what you call in football great instincts.
He really does. He's had a sensational year, and he's getting better and better because I think, Gus, you see here, these are all the interceptions he's had this year, 7 of them in all, and 8 here today. Once they start coming, you start feeling it. In this interception today against Trent Green, he just watched him and jumped the route. You see there, Gus, once you start having confidence as a cornerback, you get better. Even if you start giving up some big plays, that confidence carries you through the rough times.
2nd down and 10. Here's a draw play. Maurice Jones-Drew looking for daylight. And a little scat back out of UCLA, who has great balance. Gets to the 32-yard line. And this young man has turned all sorts of heads in the National Football League this season as he gained 7 on that play. And he's one of the favorites, along with Vince Young, to be named the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I agree, and he's so good, Gus. People are fighting over which nickname to give him. They want to call him Pinball, Pocket Hercules, Mojo.
Exactly.
I mean, that's how good he's been. He has made a big splash and really been productive.
You can't call him Pinball. That name has already been given to a guy in the Canadian Football League, Mike Pinball Clemens. 3rd down and 3. Here's Garrard. Has that one deflected, incomplete, and the Jags have to punt it again. Jared Allen coming up with the deflection.
And that's what happens when you come into play in Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium in December. The defense is going to get a great jump on the ball. The crowd is going to be very into it, and it's going to be very distracting and hard to concentrate because of the roar in your helmet.
Hansen will punt it away from the 17-yard line. Dante Hall back at the 34. Block! Block! Pollard! Can he get it? Touchdown, Casey! What a play by Bernard Pollard. He blocked it and had the presence of mind to jump on it in the end zone.
Gus, that's nothing but a play that the guy made because he wanted to make it. Pollard came on a rush, and watch him right in front, bang! Hits the wingback and just keeps coming, catches the punt off the punter's foot up high, and then looks around to find it, and it's a foot race that Jacksonville can't win.
Bernard Pollard, rookie, out of Purdue. What a great individual effort. Extra point up and good. Kansas City takes a 7-0 lead here at Arrowhead.
We've got a janitor that's breached our security and has no memory of any of it.
This Friday,
I am not a janitor.
comes a comedy
I'm a black Rambo.
Okay, Blambo.
about stakeouts.
You giving me a signal?
You hot bun 69?
Oh, hell no.
Blackouts.
You don't remember your own wife?
Married to a white woman? Am I Lionel Richie?
And breakouts.
You're Dutch.
You have never heard of Dutch chocolates? Ricola.
Codenamed The Cleaner. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday.
Remember how we used to tell people you don't need a glass to drink Guinness draft in a bottle? What the? Oh, I'm hit! Ah! Yes! Well, I've found a better way. It's called the TV commercial.
Drink Guinness draft from the bottle, not a glass.
Oh, I'm hit.
The TV commercial. Brilliant! Brilliant!
Please enjoy Guinness draft responsibly.
There she goes, one that got away. You see the way she was looking at me? You're not gonna believe this one. Let me take you back to what happened.
Why do I care? I mean, he's a loser.
I can't believe I won. I can't believe it. I didn't mean to spill coffee. It was hot. How could I blow that?
It's never enough.
Yeah! Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
I'm sorry, I'm not mad at you.
Thank you. I'm starving. You wanna go, get some Chinese or something like that?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Pizza Hut. Want more? Get America's favorite pan pizza. And by Toyota. Moving forward.
Welcome back to Arrowhead Stadium. Bernard Pollard blocks a punt, returns it for a touchdown, and he is starting to become a special teams ace as the Chiefs send it away. Jones-Drew from the goal line, bobbles it, and will take a knee. So the Jags will have it at the 20-yard line. This second-round pick out of Purdue having a terrific season.
Yeah, and today was his third block punt of the season. You see here against the Arizona Cardinals. Blocked it in the second quarter, week 15 at San Diego. Bang, comes in, and you'll notice, Gus, all three of the punts that Pollard has blocked, he's gone through somebody to do it. That's phenomenal. This is today's punt right here. Blocked it with the back of his hand. Guys, I got a confession. Bernard Pollard's my new favorite player in the National Football League.
Well, as a 7-time Pro Bowler on special teams, I can understand why. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Fred Taylor in the game, play action, Garrard to the sideline, almost picked off again. Ty Law in the vicinity. And going back to that Bernard Pollard block punt, return for touchdown. The last time Kansas City did it, 2000, Mike Cloud against St. Louis, blocking a punt and returning it for a TD.
There is no bigger play in football than a block punt for a touchdown. It's the biggest play you can make. It sets your defense up with an emotional boost, as Ty Law just showed us, and also puts the offense of the team that you just stopped back on the football field, and they're already feeling bad about themselves.
Second down. Second and 10. Here's Garrard rolling out of the pocket, throws on the run. Underneath, and it's caught. George Reister, who's having a fine season, and he can't hold on because he gets laid out by Sammy Knight. Sammy Knight, only 6 feet.
Listen to this hit, Gus. Gus, this secondary for the Chiefs has a lot of experience back there. They've been around the block a long time, and Sammy Knight coming up to make that tackle shows why. These guys know how to play back there, and David Garrard's going to have to pick his spots.
Third down and 10 at the 20-yard line. They're on their feet here in Kansas City. Garrard out of the shotgun. Here comes a blitz to the sideline. Incomplete. Matt Jones, the intended receiver. Third straight 3 and out for the Jaguars offense. Patrick Surtain defensively for Kansas City as the Jags punted away.
And it's a good thing this was not a good throw by Garrard. Patrick Surtain had jumped that route, and he would have picked that off if it would have been on target. So Jaguars getting lucky that David Garrard didn't actually throw that well enough to be completed.
Chiefs with a chance for excellent field position. Hansen at the 5, Dante Hall at the 40. This one off the side of Hansen's foot once again. And it takes the Jacksonville bounce. And is downed inside the 35-yard line, a 46-yard punt. 8:42 to play in the first quarter. Chiefs with the ball and the lead.
When does the best-selling car in America become the best car for America? When does an engine become an engine of change? Introducing the first ever gas-electric Camry with hybrid synergy drive. When a car becomes more.
Only Pizza Hut Pan Pizza gives America more to love. All that rich, delicious crust and more mouth-watering toppings than the other guys. And no wonder America preferred Pizza Hut Pan Pizza over Domino's and Papa John's almost 2-to-1 in a national taste test. And to celebrate, here's an even more amazing deal. Get any pan pizza, any toppings for just $10. You only get more of what you love under one roof. Want more taste? Get America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut.
LeBron James, I have a New Year's resolution. I'm gonna run more miles in January than you. If I don't beat you, LeBron, I'll sit behind you at a game and be your water boy. But if I win, you have to be a ball boy at my match. I'll bet you look really cute in tennis shorts.
Happy New Year from Dave and the Late Show. Tomorrow, don't miss Billy Bob Thornton. And later this week, Dave's All New with Martin Short, Cedric the Entertainer, and Donald Trump.
It's a new year and a new look.
Stop staring at his mouth.
Looks like he ate a burger.
Could you phone me $50?
I'll give you 20 to face the other direction. New King of Queens, CBS Wednesday.
Bernard Pollard still fired up on the Kansas City Chiefs sideline after blocking the punt and returning it for a touchdown. And here comes Trent Green through an interception. Last time out, first down and 10 at his own 35. Larry Johnson in the I formation. He's the deep man, and they give it to him. And LJ bottled up and taken down. Marcus Stroud in the middle. No gain on the play.
John Henderson coming out of that pile with the football. And that's one of the things about this Jacksonville defense that even this great offensive line of the Chiefs knows. They dominate the line of scrimmage. They're so big inside with Stroud and Henderson. You can't get them to push down the field. You kind of have to run around them rather than through them.
Second and 10 at the 35. Draw play. Johnson again. Bounces it outside. And is finally wrapped up. Paul Spicer with the tackle. A gain of 2. Jets taking on Oakland in New York. Here's James Brown.
Gussie, Steve, you know the Jets win. They're in the postseason. Chad Pennington capping an 8-play, 56-yard drive with that 1-yard toss to the tight end, Chris Baker. Jets on top of Oakland, 7-0 back to Gus Johnson. Steve Tasker.
And that's not good news for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, the Jacksonville Jaguars need the Oakland Raiders to rise up and beat the Jets.
Here's Green, steps up in the pocket over the middle, Tony Gonzalez. 8-time Pro Bowler. Maybe the greatest tight end in the history of the NFL. Gains 17. And let's take a look.
Yeah, and this is his 99th game in which he has caught a pass. 99 games straight. And you're right, Gus. When he's done and it's all said and done, and this is 10th year, a couple more years, and he will be the greatest tight end to have ever played in the National Football League.
But right now, the greatest tight end is in New York City with our guys, Mr. Sharp. Here's Larry Johnson running over the left side. Let's go back and talk about Tony Gonzalez. That streak of 99 consecutive games started December 4th, 2000 against New England.
And he's one of those guys, he's consistently great. You almost get to the point where even Chiefs fans kind of take him for granted. He's kept his head down and worked hard for 10 years, and all of a sudden you look around and he's in some very, very lofty company for his career numbers.
Leads all tight ends with 879 receiving yards this season. Here's a draw play, Larry Johnson, and he goes nowhere. May have lost yardage on that play. Actually a loss of 1. Paul Spicer defensively.
It's obvious now. It's going to be up to Trent Green to loosen this Jacksonville defense up with the pass. They are all over Larry Johnson here in the early going, and Trent Green, after throwing 1 interception already, is going to have to bite the bullet and put the ball in the air and get this defense to loosen up by throwing the ball down the field.
D. Brown checks into the game at tailback for Kansas City. He's number 22. 3rd and 10 at the 48. Dante Hall in motion. Here's Green. Steps up, wants to run it, and is wrapped up and goes down at the line of scrimmage. Great looking defensive play by Kenny Petway, second-year player out of Grambling. First sack of the day.
And the Jaguars bring 5 rushers, 3 defensive linemen, and 2 linebackers. And Trent Green feels the pressure coming right in, and that's the thing, Gus. This Jacksonville defense plays their game on your side of the line of scrimmage. They try and get into the Chiefs' backfield every play, whether it's run or pass.
So Dustin Colquitt ready to send it away, and there's a flag.
False start, offense, number 83. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
That's on Kendall Gammon, the long snapper, Gus. He's been doing this a long, long time, and he reached up to realign the protection package and cause the defense to jump into the neutral zone and make contact. They called that on Kendall Gammon. The guy with that, it's hard for the center to have a false start, but he did on that play. It was a good call.
Gammon in his 15th season. So Colquitt punts it from the 31. Nice snap. Left-footed punter pops it high in the air. It's a wobbly. Pearman signals for the fair catch and has it at the 21-yard line. 5 minutes to play. First quarter. 7-0. Here come the Jags.
Strange going on. Over 1,000 people insist they've seen something in Loch Ness. And yet when science is applied, like this expedition here, what's going on? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Do you see that? There. Oh my.
In the human body, the heart pumps blood through thousands of miles of arteries every minute.
Inventor of the Jarvik artificial heart, Dr. Robert Jarvik.
But high cholesterol can clog arteries and lead to heart disease or a stroke. Adding Lipitor is proven to lower bad cholesterol an impressive 39 to 60% when diet and exercise are not enough. And today, clinical evidence proves that Lipitor can reduce both your risk of heart attack and your risk of stroke if you have several common risk factors for heart disease. All important reasons to ask your doctor about Lipitor. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you're taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. They may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Lipitor is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. Could you be doing more with Lipitor? Ask your doctor.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it. And by Sprint. Be a better fan with NFL Mobile. Only from Sprint. Power up.
Welcome back. Chiefs with a 7-0 lead. Gus Johnson along with Steve Tasker. Jaguars take over, first down and 10. At their own 22, Maurice Jones-Drew lines up in the backfield. Play fake. Garrard 0 for 5. Steps up in the pocket. Dumps it to Jones-Drew out of the backfield. He's up the sideline, spins and goes down at the 30-yard line. Greg Wesley with the tackle, a gain of 8. But the Chiefs' defense has played with great energy at the start of this game.
No question, they started out the game with this play, pushing Fred Taylor all the way back, stopping the Jaguars on this 3rd down, batting down this punt, pass, and then, of course, the block punt. It's easy to come out and play inspired in this stadium, Gus, if you're the home team, the Kansas City Chiefs. The question is, can they sustain it through 4 long quarters of football?
2nd down and 2. Jones-Drew running straight ahead. And he picks up the 1st down as he gets to the 34, a gain of 4 yards on the play. Sammy Knight with the tackle, and it was interesting talking to Maurice Jones-Drew a couple of weeks ago when we did their Tennessee game. Here's a kid that is a 2nd-round pick, drafted late in the 2nd round, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yes, because he was drafted in the 2nd round. All those other guys went ahead of him. Well, actually not ahead of him, but he can't believe he wasn't a 1st-round pick. And with the numbers he's put up this year, Gus, I think he's got legitimate beef.
1st down and 10 at the 34. Jones-Drew over the right side, slashing. And he gets to the 42. Ty Law brings him down, but it's a gain of 7. And Jones-Drew coming into this game needing 105 yards rushing for 1,000, and that will give Jones-Drew and Fred Taylor each 1,000 yards rushing.
That's only happened 5 times in the history of the league. Twice this year. It happened the Atlanta Falcons. Michael Vick and Warwick Dunn both have 1,000.
Michael Vick, though, a quarterback rushing for 1,000 yards. 2nd down and 2 at the 41. Jones-Drew over the right side this time. And he gets close to the 1st down. So there's Fred Taylor.
Yeah, you talk about, it's funny, Gus, every time you talk about the football, we got to run, we got to stop the run, stop the run. It's amazing that only 3 times up until this year in the history of the league, they've only had 3 teams that have had 2,000-yard rushers, and then this year it happened twice, or it may happen twice if the Jacksonville Jaguars can get it done here today.
So Taylor on the sideline, 3rd down and 1 at the 43, and a flag on the play.
They had 12 guys in their offensive huddle.
Remains 3rd down.
Jacksonville had a problem with their substitution. They ended up with 12 men in their offensive huddle. It's an immediate penalty, and Jack Del Rio there has to sit and watch and take the 5-yard penalty. It turns up to a 3rd and 6 instead of a 3rd and 1.
And Jack Del Rio, he's another one of those great young coaches. Reminds you a lot of Jeff Fisher. He's young and former player, knows how to relate to his guys.
Former USC Trojan.
That's right, loved playing for him. He is a former Kansas City Chief as well. 3rd down and 6 at the 38. Here's Garrard. Over the middle, Jones with the grab. And the former quarterback at Arkansas is finally taken down. It should be an 18-yard gain. Sammy Knight with the tackle.
You see Matt Jones there standing next to his coach, Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio is 6'3". You can see how tall Matt Jones is. He goes up for this. And, you know, you watch this Jacksonville team, Gus, and I think Jones-Drew has really set the tempo. You see the pressure on Garrard, but every guy who gets the ball in his hands for Jacksonville refuses to go down. The running backs, the wide receivers, their quarterbacks, everybody runs hard with the football.
1st and 10 at the 44 out of the eye. Here's Fred Taylor. And Taylor with the lane, turns the corner. Fred Taylor stiff-arming out of bounds at the 35 after picking up 9. Sammy Knight there to usher him out of bounds.
You know, Fred Taylor injured his hamstring 2 weeks ago against the Tennessee Titans early in that game and missed last week's game because of that. And you get the feeling on that last run there, maybe his hamstring isn't quite back. You see there, almost 10,000 yards rushing, averages 85 yards a game, 6th most in NFL history, and also owns 34 Jacksonville rushing records. This guy is a great player who may never get the recognition he deserves.
2nd down and 1 at the 35. Taylor again straight ahead. And he picks up the 1st down. And that's the interesting thing about Fred Taylor. If he played in, say, New York or Chicago or San Francisco or Dallas, they would be already trying to march him right into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's got great numbers.
No question. I think one reason he's not is because his career got off to a slow start. He was hampered by a couple of injuries that were totally unrelated. It wasn't like the same injury kept recurring. It was completely different injuries that would kept him out of large chunks of seasons early in his career, and he's never really shaken that label. Although in the last 4 years, he's been as durable as anybody.
First down and 10 at the 32. Ninth play of the drive that started at the 22-yard line as we come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Kansas City 7, Jacksonville nothing. We'll return to KC after these messages.
Man has always been fascinated with traveling back in time. Well, now Sprint has actually moved the unlimited calling time back 2 hours from 9 p.m. to 7. It's science fiction meets cold, hard economics. Stupid time machine.
Switch to Sprint and get unlimited calls starting at 7 p.m. Sprint. Power up.
I know, I want to see you too, baby, but I'm stuck here for the night. I mean, have you seen it outside? I'm not going anywhere.
I know, it's just I made your favorite dinner and I have some Bud Light. Hello?
Mush! Mush! Shake those tails! Faster! Faster! Feel the wind through your fur! Run like the wind, my four-legged friend! Woo-hoo!
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
All right, who's my designated driver?
Bonuses that help you build rewards points fast. Up to 100,000 points the first year. That's the Business Gold Rewards card from American Express. Apply now and pay no fee for 1 year. Rewards points that go on building, without limits or expiration dates on points you can earn. Call 800 now open to apply and get started toward 100,000 points. Open, how American Express serves small business.
This game has the makings of a Rock'em Sock'em event. Remember that Rock'em Sock'em robot?
I remember it well.
I like the red guy so far.
Yeah, that's a good thing about playing here in Arrowhead. Chiefs fans can wear any color they want as long as it's red.
First and 10 at the 32. Ninth play of the drive for the Jags that started at their own 22-yard line. Fred Taylor, the single setback. Garrard, short drop, throws it to the sideline, and it's caught. Reggie Williams, third-year man out of Washington, is wrapped up by Ty Law. And Williams picks up 6 yards.
This is a nice drive put together by Jacksonville. You got to tip your hat to them. They looked really on their heels early on in this first quarter, but this drive has been methodical. They got the big play a moment ago from Jones on the catch. The 18-yard gain, but this is a Jacksonville team that is really well coached, Gus. They never get away from their game plan. They don't panic, and even when things don't go their way as they have it the last couple of weeks, they know they're on the right track and they don't deviate from it.
Second down and 4 at the 26. Play action. Here's the screen. Taylor with the catch. Taylor up the sideline. Taylor smelling the end zone, and he scores. Great call by the Jaguar offense. A 26-yard touchdown for Fred Taylor. And the Jags are ready to tie this thing up.
That's the thing about this Jacksonville team, you can't get them out of their game. No matter how well you play for a stretch, they're going to stay with it, and they've got players that can make plays. Fred Taylor is a home run hitter with or without a hamstring, and as this green pass takes effect, look at there, Brad Meester all the way down the field, offensive line way out in front of that screen, really well executed.
First receiving touchdown of the year for Fred Taylor, extra point up and good. So the Jags tie it up, 7 apiece. Fred Taylor following his blockers into the end zone. Back to Kansas City right after this.
Boy, is my cholesterol out of whack. The doctor says, with my medical history, my bad cholesterol needs to be lowered, and he wants my good cholesterol up. So he put me on Crestor. Crestor, along with diet, can lower the bad cholesterol. It can also raise the good. Crestor helps get my cholesterol in line with what my doctor wants. That's more like it. Is Crestor right for you? Well, ask your doctor. Mine said Crestor isn't for everyone, like people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. And simple blood tests can check for liver problems. He also said to tell him about other medicines I'm taking, or if I have muscle pain or weakness. That could be a sign of serious side effects. Down with the bad, up with the good. How's your cholesterol? Crestor helps get your cholesterol right.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
There's no way to hide it. If you drive drunk, we will find you. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement and cracking down like never before.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Sir, have you been drinking this evening?
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Make no mistake, you will get caught and you will be arrested. Over the limit, under arrest.
War on Terror. It's LA.
This guy's wreaking havoc here, now, today.
To save the city.
And when that plane takes off, lives hang in the balance.
One of Shark's team will sacrifice their life.
I need an ambulance!
That's Fred Taylor, and Steve, he's a great football player.
No question about it. He's a fast home run hitter. From the first moment he stepped on the field way back in his rookie year, he took it to the house for a touchdown, and he hasn't looked back since.
8 career receiving touchdowns for Taylor. Second versus Kansas City. This one will be down by Dante Hall in the end zone. Chiefs will start from the 20-yard line. Second quarter, we're knotted up at 7.
Dodge Ram, the longest lasting, most durable line of full-size pickups.
You are killing me, Bergwood.
Hey, take the secret shortcut.
Never heard of the secret shortcut.
Because it's a secret, Ham. Take it.
Not bad, Bergwood. You ever taken this trail, Bergwood?
Once, including now.
Now would be a good time to have accident forgiveness.
Not too bad.
Or new car replacement. Your choice auto insurance, only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Honey, look! Dolphin! Wow, I can't believe it!
There's a better way to phone for less.
Sweet bondage!
Unlimited local and long-distance calling, just $24.99 a month. That's a savings of up to 50% on your phone bill.
Honey, the Dolphins! Come on, let's go play!
Bondage, one smart decision among many, many stupid ones. Call 1-800-989-4VOA.
They're real celebrities. Now they're becoming real cops.
Awesome.
They'll train.
The fire pressure?
Go ahead, mellow out.
Then go on patrol.
Holy.
Whoa, dude. Both hands outside.
Eric's gonna pull in an airstrike. I don't know.
Armed and Famous, a new reality series, Wednesday, January 10th.
Welcome back, 7 apiece. Jags and the Chiefs. Arrowhead Stadium, another sellout, 79,451. This building opened August of 1972. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Tony Gonzalez in motion. They pitch it to Larry Johnson. Can he square his shoulders? No. He's wrapped up and taken down. Bobby McCray having an excellent season. He has 9 sacks, comes up with the tackle for a loss there. As we take a look at some of the key games today.
Yeah, and the Jets is the key game for Jacksonville. They need the Jets to lose. Tennessee needs to lose, which they are doing to New England. But, of course, the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game, and others don't have a score yet.
Johnson with the reception out of the backfield.
Let's
so Terry Cousin with the tackle.
Trent Green going no huddle here on 3rd and 9.
Here's Green to throw it to the sideline. Incomplete. Had to rush it. The intended receiver, Parker. And the Chiefs have to punt it away.
If you're going to go no huddle, Gus, you got to get first downs. It's interesting that they waited till 3rd and 9 to go no huddle there as the Chiefs, as Herm Edwards looks on. They got to stay on the football field offensively. We spoke to Herm Edwards yesterday. He said that's exactly their plan, was to make first downs. They have not been able to do anything offensively thus far today.
So Colquitt punts it from the 7. End over end punt. Bierman fielding it on the run. Bierman dives forward and gets to the Kansas City 43-yard line. A 38-yard punt, a 17-yard return. Boomer Grigsby with the tackle, but the Jags are in good shape.
Nice work on these grilled stuffed Fritos, Pete.
Yeah, double beef fiesta salsa, delicious.
Super delicious. And only $1.99.
Only $1.99. This from the guy who claims he dated Carmen Electra.
And dumped Carmen Electra.
A liar.
Pete, I miss you. I miss us. Take me back. I love you.
It's true. Taco Bell's big, tasty grilled stuffed burrito with double the beef, 3 cheeses, and grilled to go.
I mean, seriously.
To get unbelievable taste for an unbelievable price, think outside the bun.
At the World Beer Cup, over 2,000 beers are judged from 540 breweries in 56 countries. And in 2006, one of those beers won gold for Best American Style Light Lager for the 4th time. In fact, Miller Lite's won more awards at the World Beer Cup than any other light beer. For award-winning taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, good call.
Dodge Ram, the longest-lasting, most durable line of full-size pickups.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new thriller, The Hitcher, from the producers of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in theaters January 19th. The Bristol-Myers Squibb Sanofi Pharmaceuticals partnership. And by Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Welcome back to Arrowhead Stadium. Jaguars with the football. Our game tied at 7 apiece. First down and 10. At the 43-yard line, Maurice Jones-Drew in the backfield. Here's Garrard to throw it. Garrard with all day, now steps up. Garrard down the sideline, and he steps out of bounds inside the 30. The Detroit Lions giving the Cowboys a hard time today. Here's James Brown in New York.
Hey, Gus, that they are indeed. Take a look at this pass play here. John Kitna hooking up with Roy Williams. Talk about right at the edge. It is scored as a touchdown. 13-0 Detroit. If Dallas loses, Philly wins the East. Back to Gus and Steve.
All right, JB. Dallas can clinch an NFC East spot with the win and a Philly loss. First and 10 at the 28. Draw play, Maurice Jones-Drew. Hopping, skipping, spinning. And he's down at the 17-yard line. Page with the tackle, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Jones-Drew, a guy who you think he's down, but he's not. He's not the tallest guy you'll ever play football against. But maybe one thing, maybe his arms are so close to the ground. You see him stand up off the ground on his hand more than any other back. He did last week. He got up after being knocked on the ground, but was never touched, had the presence of mind to get up and score a long touchdown for Jacksonville. He is so difficult to tackle. His height is actually an advantage in that regard.
He's only 5'7". Running it once again. Stays on his feet. Look at the balance. No gain on the play, but he could have taken a loss. Allen with the tackle. Watch him last week, though, Steve.
Yeah, he'll run
this was amazing.
Yeah, he'll run right up inside, and you'll see when he goes down, he bounces off the back of his offensive lineman, pops right back up. He's up before any of the Patriots touch him. This touchdown stood up, and it was right. And it was the right call on replay. I mean, there's no question he did the right thing, had the presence of mind to do it. This guy really came into the league as a second-round pick, was overlooked by a lot of people, but the only thing he lacked was size. He didn't lack anything else.
2nd and 10 at the 18. Garrard out of the shotgun. Garrard dumps it over the middle of Jones-Drew, and he gets to the 15-yard line. Page with the tackle again, a 3-yard gain. So let's set the scene for you once again. This is what the Jags and the Chiefs have to do to get in.
Well, they got to win today. The winner of this game is still in at this point. But Jacksonville needs the Jets, Cincinnati, and Tennessee to lose. Kansas City needs Denver, Cincinnati, and Tennessee to lose.
Raiders on the scoreboard. That's good news for Jacksonville. 3rd down 7 at the 15. What a scene. Maybe the best in the NFL. David Garrard. 4 on the play clock. And he gets it off in time. Under pressure, Garrard, look at his feet. Garrard steps up, throws, incomplete. Ernest Wolford almost in the right place at the right time in the back of the end zone. Page, the rookie, deflecting the football.
Wow, Gus. Well, this is the Jacksonville Jaguars in a nutshell. Garrard buys the time, extends the play with his legs, and then throws it late down the middle over the field. You never want to throw it in there like that. He threw it through 16 guys. That's been the problem. David Garrard does some great things, but they always end up bad.
Josh Scobie in to attempt a 33-yarder. They get it down, up, and good.
They were very lucky that was an incompletion that led to that field goal, Gus, but there you have the personality of the Jacksonville offense.
10-7, Jaguars on the road now with the lead.
Putting breaking news into the hands of 1 million readers a day, Carl is a formidable man. But he was no match for something smaller than a drop of ink. It KO'd Carl so fast he didn't know what hit him. It was a clot. Like Carl, if you've been hospitalized with heart-related chest pain or a certain type of heart attack, what doctors call ACS, chances are you've had a clot. But now, Carl's doctor is helping increase Carl's protection against heart attack or stroke by putting Carl on Plavix. Plavix, in combination with aspirin and other heart medicines, helps provide greater protection against heart attack or stroke than aspirin and other heart medicines alone by helping keep blood platelets from sticking together and forming clots.
If you have a stomach ulcer or other condition that causes bleeding, you shouldn't use Plavix. When taking Plavix alone or with some medicines, including aspirin, the risk of bleeding may increase. To minimize this risk, talk to your doctor before taking aspirin or other medicines with Plavix. Additional rare but serious side effects could occur.
Ask your doctor about Plavix today, because no matter how formidable you are, you're no match for a dangerous clot.
On our nation's highways, there is a man who preys on unsuspecting travelers.
Would you mind giving me a ride? Yeah, okay.
On January 19th, discover...
Oh my God, it's him!
True terror. From the producers of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Just stop, please.
I can't. The Hitcher. Rated R. Starts January 19th everywhere.
Welcome back. Josh Scobie with a 33-yard field goal, 6-play drive for the Jaguars, who take a 10-7 lead. So Dante Hall is back deep, standing at the goal line. And it's been tough for Dante Hall because the opposing teams refuse to kick it in his direction.
I know that's what I'd do.
This one angled toward the near side. And Hall starts at the 10. Dante Hall. That's why you don't kick it to him. It gets to the 36. A 25-yard return. Detroit and Dallas still battling. Here's JB in New York.
Dallas finally on the board. Marion Barber, the stud, 14th rushing touchdown of the season. That a 1-yarder. Cowboys have narrowed the gap 13-7. Back to you guys.
All right, JB, first down and 10 now for the Chiefs, down 10-7 at their own 37. Trent Green to the sideline. That one got away from him. And Green is down on his back. He got crunched. Paul Spicer decked him. And Green gets up slowly.
And Paul Spicer's hearing it.
Roughing the passer, defense, number 95. Unnecessary hit on the quarterback. Lowered his head in his helmet.
And right now, Spicer is getting an earful
automatic first down
from the Kansas City offensive line.
Yeah, Brian Waters didn't like this. Watch, Green lets this go, and this is a late hit. That's no question of. And Gus, I'll tell you what, during the week, Paul Spicer may get fined for this hit. It's a head-to-head hit. His helmet hits the face mask of Trent Green, and Trent Green, I mean, you know he's already lost a lot of games this year because of a head injury, and there's no question. Paul Spicer's going to get a fine for that. It was a late hit, it was high, and he followed through and went right to the ground with him. It was an easy call, a call that's got to be made, and a call that Brian Waters had every reason to get after Spicer for.
Trent Green going out after suffering a severe concussion week 1 against Cincinnati. Right here, Larry Johnson breaking a tackle. Larry Johnson picking him up and putting him down inside the 10. Rasheed Mathis with the saving tackle, but it's a gain of 40.
Gus, it just feels so good to have a home run hitter step up to the plate once in a while. Larry Johnson makes one cut in the backfield, then a little stutter step, makes another guy miss, and then turns it into another gear. Takes 16 guys to run him down and jump on his back. That's the kind of play that your best player is supposed to make, and Larry Johnson did it.
8 carries, 54 yards. Here's Johnson again, and he goes down. But Larry Johnson, coming into the day, has carried the ball 383 times, most in team history. The previous record was Christian Okoye back in '89 with 370 carries. He scored 49 touchdowns in 47 career games, and he's ready to break more records this season.
He is unbelievable, guys. I think the real question is now, how tough is it going to be for him if they don't get in the playoffs, or even if they do? How tough is it going to be for him to bounce back next year after a really physically demanding year he had this year?
Second down and goal. Trent Green underneath. And they're down at the 1. That's Tony Gonzalez. He says he got in.
He was tackled by Terry.
Wow, it looked like he was in. And part of his body was in, but does the ball get in? That's the real question. Gonzalez, a good throw.
That should be a touchdown. Wow, that looks like a touchdown.
From that angle, it certainly does. Now, all it has to do is the ball just has to break the white line.
Looks like he caught that ball, Steve, in the end zone.
Certainly part of his body was in the end zone. And Herm Edwards threw the flag. He wants to make sure that this is looked at upstairs. He wants to dispute the fact that he thinks that's a touchdown. It's a pretty good
Kansas City
challenge.
The ruling on the field of progress is related to the goal line.
10-7 Jacksonville. As we go to the commercial, they'll take a look at this play. Where was he? I don't know.
I know you love me. I know you do. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you?
The celebration is almost over, so get to the Chevy Red Tag event, where the biggest factory-to-dealer incentives of the year mean the best prices of the season. And 07 Chevy vehicles come with the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Combined with roadside assistance and courtesy transportation, it's the best coverage in America. See some red, save some green. Hurry, it all ends January 2nd. See your local Chevy dealer.
$20 says I burn you like toast. You're half my size on a good day. I'll take that back. You on, Sasquatch? Said, hey, hey!
Hey, Jeff.
Patrick Warburton, Oliver Hudson, and David Spade star in a new comedy.
What was her cut?
$10, worth every penny. Pay up, sucker.
Rules of Engagement.
But is he really happy? Yeah, I think so.
Premiere CBS Monday, February 5th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Lipitor and by Heineken. It's all about the beer.
Welcome back to Kansas City. They're reviewing the play. Did Tony Gonzalez get in? That's the question. And here's the answer.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field will stand. Kansas City will be charged with their first timeout.
Well, I don't think there was enough evidence on the video to overturn that one way or the other, so whatever the call of the field was. Now look here, when Gonzalez catches this, his left knee is on the line and the ball's in his chest. Now, is the ball over his knee or is it outside the goal line? No question, when he rolls over on his back, the ball never gets in, but I think right at the moment of the catch was the Chiefs' best opportunity to make that a touchdown, but it wasn't called.
Third down and goal. Larry Johnson diving straight ahead. And Johnson, does he get in? Doesn't look like it. On third down and goal at the 1. So that brings up fourth down and goal, and Herm Edwards, has a decision to make.
And there's no decision. He's not looking at anybody. He's going to keep him on the football field and let him go for it. I think, why not, Gus? I think this is the time to do it. This is a do-or-die game for both of these clubs. They got to win, plus get help to get in the playoffs. You got a fourth and goal. Get it.
Fourth down and goal at the 1-inch line. Larry Johnson, the deep man in the eye. They give it to him. Touchdown, KC.
It always looks easy when it works, Gus, but I'll tell you what, going for it on fourth down against a good defense like Jacksonville is never easy. Larry Johnson goes over the top. Great execution up front by the offensive line, and that's a statement by Herm Edwards and his coaching staff about the confidence he has in his players.
And the extra point is good. 5 plays, 63 yards. Chiefs ate up 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Larry Johnson with the 1-yard dive. And Kansas City takes a 4-point lead with 7:09 to play.
Stunning video, MP3 sound, broadband speed, internet, and email, all working flawlessly together in one ultra-thin device. The new Blackjack. Only from Singular.
Why do we love football? Because it gives us the opportunity to show what we can do. Introducing the Canon Digital Rebel XTI. With 10 megapixels and over 70 years of Canon innovation built right in. The Canon Rebel, America's favorite way to shoot America's favorite sport.
We've come to Europe in search of answers. How was an entire city built on water? How could one man have given us the David and the Sistine Chapel? But more importantly, do those come in my size?
This isn't a vacation, it's an adventure. Find out how to create yours at RoyalCaribbean.com and get out there.
So Larry Johnson dives in from 1 yard out, and the Chiefs take a 14-10 lead. Paul Spicer called for that roughing the passer penalty, which allowed Kansas City to keep the drive going. And now the Chiefs have a 14-10 lead, 7:09 to play here in the second quarter. Larry Johnson also on the drive with a 40-yard run. So Maurice Jones-Drew is back, hovering around his own goal line. Lawrence Tynes tees it up at the 30. Jones-Drew from the 5. And he goes out of bounds at the 31. A 25-yard return. CBS is taking real celebrities and turning them into real cops. Armed and Famous. A new reality series premiering Wednesday, January 10th on CBS. I got to watch that one. Whoa! LaToya Jackson with a gun in her hand is something I'm interested in seeing.
As long as it's on television.
That's scary. First down and 10 at the 31. Derek Winbush, Fred Taylor in the offset eye. Play fake, Garrard rolls, throws across the middle, and it's caught at the 41-yard line. Ty Law with the tackle. There to make the grab is Lewis, the rookie out of UCLA. A gain of 11. Get the latest scores, stats, and highlights from around the league on your mobile phone. You can access it all by going to NFL.com and clicking on NFL Mobile. Arrowhead Stadium, 80,000 in attendance. Do or die game for the Jags and the Chiefs. Jacksonville with it now. First down at their own 42. Fred Taylor, bam! He is stuck and stood up and driven backwards. That's some great defense being played by Kansas City. Looks like Sammy Knight came in there and blew up that play.
Well, we said in the first quarter, Gus, the secondary of the Chiefs has a lot of experience. They know where they're supposed to fit in this run game, and you see their bang right off the corner. You're right, Sammy Knight came in and blew that play up, and if you can get somebody on the runner in the backfield, the pursuit's not far behind, and this Kansas City Chiefs team gang tackles.
Second and 12 at the 41. Garrard setting up a screen. Jared Allen had him. Flag on the play, and Garrard goes down. He's sacked. And this should be a holding penalty called against Jacksonville. Tamba Hali finally cleaning it up for the Chiefs.
Holding offense, number 69. His penalty is declined. Result of the play, third down.
That's Khalif Barnes, the left tackle.
And you'll watch Jared Allen gets into the backfield here out of the track stance, gets the slap off and the swim under, and then right in on Garrard. Garrard is strong. You see how strong he is to shake off the grip of Jared Allen. But I'll tell you what, Jared Allen, we spoke to him on Friday. This is not a guy you just shrug off. I mean, he's built, and that David Garrard being able to pull out of that grip says something about what he's up to.
Not only does Allen have a great build, but he's also a high motor player. He's got a tremendous motor.
Jacksonville.
And Jacksonville calls a timeout. 5:15 to play. Second quarter. Chiefs leading it 14-10.
Anybody found it?
No.
No.
No. I got it.
We could move Get Organized up to number 1.
Yeah.
Get started at the Home Depot. With simple, innovative solutions and smart designs, you can organize your life without messing up your budget. Only at the Home Depot.
You can do it. We can help.
CBS Sportsline has the very latest NFL playoff scenarios and in-depth analysis on all the races, plus a special Playoff Insider blog. It's all online right now at CBSSportsline.com. Third down and 20 at the 33. Jacksonville has converted only one of their last 17 third down and 10-plus yard situations. Here's Garrard. Hands it off. Jones-Drew. And he spins and gets up to the 45-yard line, a 12-yard gain. Wesley with the tackle, but the Jags will have to punt it away.
And that was just a conservative third down play on the third and very, very long. Just get some yardage back. Kind of concede the fact you're going to punt it away, but maybe, you know, you get Jones-Drew loose. He can break it for the first down, but that's a conservative play. And this is a team, Gus, that you got to know Jacksonville wants to do anything it can not to turn the football over under any circumstances.
Fourth punt for Hanson. He gets this one high in the air toward the near side, and and it goes out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it.
Well, this ball landed almost in the first row.
And it's spotted at the 26-yard line. A 29-yard punt. Let's take a look at some of the scores from other games. Oakland hanging in there with the Jets. That's good news for Jacksonville. Pittsburgh on top of Cincinnati on the road. You knew that one would be a bloodbath. New England beating Tennessee. San Francisco and Denver later. San Francisco, they can't get in the playoffs, but they're playing for 8-8. That would be a tremendous accomplishment for Coach Nolan.
No question about it. Frank Gore, their great running back, has really emerged to be a positive force for them. 8-8 would be a huge step forward for San Francisco, but the scores of those other games are very interesting here in Kansas City.
First down and 10 at the 28-yard line. They fake the reverse, set up a screen. Larry Johnson. And Johnson goes down at the 30, a 3-yard pickup. He's stopped by Nick Geeson.
You see these teams that are doing this, Gus. Both teams have run these screens where they fake the pass one way and throw it back to the other side. The Chiefs have done it on a number of occasions. I think that tells you that they've got a lot of young linebackers in there that are too fast to flow to the football. And I think they've seen something on film that tells them that if they can get those linebackers running one way, they can get them out of position.
Second down and 7 at the 31. Parker and Kennison, the receivers at the bottom of your screen. Larry Johnson. And Johnson gets to the 31.5-yard line. Gerald Sensabaugh with the tackle.
Once again, Gus, the Chiefs faced with a third and about 6 or 7 yards, and they really need to stay in third and shorter yardage than this. Larry Johnson is a huge part of the game plan. They're throwing it to him on screens. They're handing it to him on the backfield. But it seems as though Herm Edwards can't get anybody else involved in the offense.
Third down 6 at the 32-yard line. Here's Trent Green throwing. Kennison, nice grab. Flag on the play. Rasheed Mathis defensively, and let's see.
Jacksonville thinks this is going to go against Kansas City.
Maybe a push-off on Kennison. It's a 23-yard gain.
Illegal contact, defense. No.
And it will go against Rasheed Mathis. And now Jack Del Rio saying he pushed off.
Yeah, well, no, Jack Del Rio's still chopping wood. You got to work the officials, you know. I mean, you got to get your 2 cents in, even if the play goes against you. And you can see what happens here. He's going to come out, and right there, he thinks Kennison pushed off Mathis to get that separation.
First down and 10 at the 45. 2:50 to play. Second quarter. They fake the reverse. Trent Green dances out of the pocket. And he wisely slides down at the line of scrimmage. Darryl Smith there to cover him up.
And just before that last play, that completion to Kennison, we had said they needed to get more people involved in the offense. And I think Tony Gonzalez only has 2 catches. One was almost a touchdown, but I think they got to get the football to Gonzalez, continue to try and get it to Kennison. As we said early on, the Jacksonville Jaguars know that Herm Edwards wants Larry Johnson to carry the load, but you got to share the load to be effective.
Second down and 10 at the 45. Johnson in the backfield. Here's Green setting up another screen. Johnson with blockers this time. And away. Larry Johnson dropped at the 35. Deion Grant, the safety with the tackle, a gain of 10, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning.
The dream is still alive, someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to folks like me and you. So let the voice of freedom sing out through this land. This is our country.
This is our truck. The 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
In the human body, the heart pumps blood through thousands of miles of arteries every minute.
Inventor of the Jarvik artificial heart, Dr. Robert Jarvik.
But high cholesterol can clog arteries and lead to heart disease or a stroke. Adding Lipitor is proven to lower bad cholesterol an impressive 39 to 60% when diet and exercise are not enough. And today, clinical evidence proves that Lipitor can reduce both your risk of heart attack and your risk of stroke if you have several common risk factors for heart disease. All important reasons to ask your doctor about Lipitor. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you're taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. They may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Lipitor is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. Could you be doing more with Lipitor? Ask your doctor.
IBM presents a special look at innovations in the NFL. To help NFL Films, producers of the weekly NFL Matchup Show use a digital archive system created by IBM to catalog every play of the season. This solution vastly quickens their research abilities, allowing any play or play type to be instantly accessed, whether it's a Drew Brees to Reggie Bush pass or every LaDainian Tomlinson TD run. NFL Business Innovations by IBM.
Leave me out with the waves.
Whether you know it or not, you're the rock of my team.
And is that all right? Yeah.
So you're going?
Yeah.
Give my gun away when it's loaded. Is that all
I'll miss you.
right? Is that all right with you?
Welcome back. Jets now with a 10-3 lead over the Raiders at home. Jacksonville needs the Raiders to play a little bit better than the Jets today.
That's right. At least score more points, no matter how well they play.
Chiefs now first down and 10 at the Jacksonville 35 with a 4-point lead. Complete flicker. Green looking for Kennison in the end zone. Touchdown! "35 yards, Eddie Kennison." And the extra point is good. 21-10. 6-play, 72-yard drive. Trent Green putting that one right on the money.
Play the scene.
Does a promise come with an expiration date? Is it good for a month, a year, or decades from now? At New York Life, we make promises that have no expiration date. Promises that are built on the timeless values of financial strength, integrity, and humanity. Promises that we live by. So no matter how the world changes around you, New York Life is the company you keep.
Eddie Kennison with a 35-yard touchdown reception, and the Chiefs take a 21-10 lead.
Well, Larry Johnson's been carrying the load. They hand it off to him. Everybody jumps him. I'll tell you what, though, the secondary for the Jaguars was pretty disciplined. Two guys try and get back into position and just can't do it. Watch what happens. Kennison's going to come in motion, and you see just that hesitation. Mathis really stays with it pretty well, but it is a perfect throw from Trent Green for the touchdown.
7th touchdown pass for Green this season, 5th receiving touchdown of the year for Kennison. And Kansas City takes a 21-10 lead. Lawrence Tynes will kick it away. Maurice Jones-Drew stands at the 1. Here's Jones-Drew from the 9. And Maurice Jones-Drew dropped at the 25, a 16-yard return. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report.
Well, Gus, there's plenty of time for Jacksonville to do something on this drive with 2 timeouts left. And about 74 yards to go for a touchdown. They got 2 timeouts in 1:46. That's plenty of time. They can still use the run game if they want to in this 2-minute drill.
First down at 10 at the 26. Garrard out of the shotgun. They give it to Maurice Jones-Drew. He reverses his field and goes nowhere. Finally driven down by Jared Allen. And the Jaguars have to quickly get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you can use the run on this drive if you get positive yards. This is a negative 3-yard play. And that's not going to get it done.
2nd and 13. Garrard steps up. Ernest Wolford, nice grab, first down. At the 38-yard line in front of Sammy Knight, it's a gain of 16.
Sammy Knight with the tackle.
Yeah, and now they're gonna continue to go with no huddle. They're gonna let the clock run, keep their timeouts for the end of the drive.
First down at the 39. To the sideline. Ball caught. Matt Jones turns it inside and gets to midfield.
47 seconds. They've still got time. They don't need to waste their timeout yet. The thing is, Gus, they want to score on this drive, but only after using up all the time.
Their second.
And now it looks like they need a timeout.
Don't forget, coming up on the Sprint halftime report, JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer will have all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report.
What I was trying to say there, Gus, is Jacksonville obviously wants to score at the end of this drive, but they want to do it with no time on the clock. They don't want to have to come out and kick off and let something, you know, unusual happen with a lateral play or something like that. So they're going to try and use up all the time they can and save the timeouts to stop the clock at the end to get a playoff. And they used one there because surprisingly, Matt Jones stayed in bounds on that last play. I was a little surprised at that, but he did get a good gain and got into Chiefs territory.
Jack Del Rio continues to watch his team down 21-10. David Garrard faced with the first down at the Kansas City 49. 47 seconds to go. Garrard again under pressure. Breaks contain and goes out of bounds. He'll take a sack. Patrick Surtain tagging him out of bounds. A loss of 3.
This is a well-timed blitz by the Chiefs. You see Jared Allen comes scot-free right up the middle and blows that play up. And of course, Surtain chases Garrard to the out-of-bounds. Perfectly timed defensive call by the Chiefs. Gunther Cunningham making those calls on the sideline over there.
How about that's a
New
gift.
England
Leading Tennessee.
Well, that's one of the games that has to go exactly like that for these two teams. The winner of these two teams needs Tennessee to lose that game.
2nd and 13 at the 48. Garrard sets up backside a screen. Jones-Drew breaks a tackle. And he's tripped up from behind. Jimmy Wilkerson.
I'll tell you what, Kansas City may want to take a timeout right there because that would give them more time if they get the football back on a 3rd and 13. Now, if they don't pick it up, they're going to get it back, and now you might want some time left on the clock.
Jacksonville has 1 timeout left. Here's Garrard pumping. Garrard with all day. Indecisive. Garrard throws. And it's incomplete with 3 seconds left.
Yeah, Cortez Hankton was out of bounds when he caught that ball. It was a nice throw by Garrard, but you see here as he extends the play, he's going to come back and try and make this grab, but you see there his hips are on the white line when he makes that catch, which puts him out of bounds.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the first half, Chiefs leading at 21-10. 1 final play remaining for Jacksonville.
And this is going to be either a Hail Mary, which is what I think it's going to be, and David Garrard is going to roll out to the near side. Now the Chiefs are going to take a timeout. I think what you'll see is that the Chiefs took a timeout there, which is a good call because they got to look at what the Jacksonville Jaguars were thinking formation-wise and personnel-wise. Now the Chiefs can match that and put out their defense that will defend the Hail Mary setup that the Jaguars put on the field.
But what a place to watch a football game, Arrowhead Stadium.
This same song that you can hear in the background here, I have sung many a time on a charter flight coming home. They sang this way back in the early 90s when they used to beat every team to a pulp who came in here. Right, you see up there, Gus, those seats at the top of the stadium are the seats I sat in 1979 in my first ever attendance at a professional sporting event. Those seats right up there is where I sat here in Arrowhead Stadium.
David Garrard, final play of the first half. Garrard waiting, and he unloads.
Flag down.
And incomplete, but there is a flag, so hold everything.
This might be illegal contact down the field on the Chiefs on a receiver. There was some... If this is a defensive penalty, they'll have an untimed down.
Illegal contact, defense number 24. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. By rule, because of the defensive foul, will you extend the half or an untimed down?
So yeah, there won't be any time on the clock. They'll just run this play, and here's the penalty. You see as Jones gets up the field, Law gives him a shot right there, and that was past the 5-yard marker. Ty Law, a 12-year veteran who's been to 5 Pro Bowls, came over from New England. I mean, this defensive secondary is so experienced, and Ty Law probably thought he could get away with that, particularly on a Hail Mary, but the officials were all over it. It was a good call.
Law with Herm Edwards last year with the New York Jets, prior to that in New England, where he won multiple Super Bowls. Final play. Garrard. Jones! Oh, what a spin! He almost got in! Whoa! Down inside the 10. And that's the end of the first half with the score. Kansas City 21, Jacksonville 10.
The throwback off the Hail Mary, Matt Jones comes open and just can't keep his balance.
Woo. A 39-yard gain. 21-10 the score at halftime. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the National Football League on CBS.
You've seen the stars dance. You've seen them sing, but you've never seen them do this.
We have 5 new recruits. Your hands on the back of your head.
It's just a ticket.
No, never mind, sir.
Real celebrities.
This one is scaring the hell out of me.
There's 11 bullets that aren't even on the target.
Do it! Become real cops.
It's crack. Oh, wow.
This is the wrong way for me to be looking.
Armed and Famous, a new reality series, CBS Wednesday, January 10th.
Queen Latifah hosts the People's Choice Awards, live CBS Tuesday, January 9th.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
So they're just driving along talking about whatever, and suddenly, wham.
I know, I saw it.
I think maybe they went too far.
I think where they went was real.
Yeah, but is it just shocking for the sake of shocking?
Being in an accident isn't a shock?
Yeah, but you're watching TV, a commercial comes on.
The Holiday Miracle Sales Event. No real miracles, just 0% APR for 60 months on a Passat.
Beginning this January, watch live PGA Tour coverage on the Golf Channel. Watch live primetime coverage of the Mercedes-Benz Championship and the Sony Open in Hawaii, plus all 5 rounds of the Bob Hope Chrysler Classic and the start of Tiger's title defense at the Buick Invitational. Starting January 4th, live coverage of every PGA Tour event begins here on the Golf Channel, Golf's home.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.
And welcome back to our New York studios and the Sprint halftime report. A reminder that this is an NFL doubleheader day here on CBS. Still ahead this afternoon, most of you will see the Dolphins taking on the Colts, while others will have the Bills battling the Ravens. As I turn to my guys, I know that both games have playoff implications. Let's start first with Dan.
Well, I look at the Indianapolis Colts playing Miami, and it's interesting that Peyton Manning has never beaten Miami at home in the RCA Dome. So today, that's going to be an interesting matchup to watch there and to see if their run defense can hold up, which they need so desperately in the playoffs.
You know, I'm looking at the Baltimore Ravens and how well can they go in there in a game that they should win and win this ball game, get the first round bye, and get ready for these playoffs, because I think they're a team to be reckoned with in these playoffs because their defense is so